soon be ready to bring you the map. It looks like the teams have decided. We'll be able to show you that quite shortly. And it is going to be Sky Temple. It's a Polska pick. And is it the right one? Here's the question. Very global heavy. It's a very Abathur-friendly map. They're really trying to force the issue here. Just please, just once, let us pick the Abathur.
Let us show you what we can do with it.
It's like, no,
thank you.
We want this spot.
Yeah.
We don't want it. We've seen enough. Thank you.
So I feel like whatever happens here, it has been like a really big learning experience for Polska Pamieta.
Yeah.
Diamond Skin was the favorite. 2 wins is already quite good. Of course, they would love to make it, and this is not a post-mortem or a eulogy, but what they learned from it so far, I think, Polska, is that they're being punished really hard for these low self-sustain, in-your-face heroes like Leoric and Genji.
Yeah.
These are 2 picks that you can see are heavily prioritized here for Polska Pamieta, but are not working out. Leoric and Genji were getting mercilessly killed. Yet, if they go for something ranged carry, like Vala and Lunara, that has been working out really well. So
yeah.
I would like to see them go in that direction again.
It would be nice.
And I would like to see Diamond Skin go for maybe Gul'dan again.
I mean, this is going to be game 6. And we have seen Gul'dan every single game up to this point with the exact same level 1 talent. Differentiation after that, though, we actually saw the increased mana from every life tap in the last one as opposed to the drain life, the consume soul.
Yeah, consume soul.
Yeah.
And you don't fight in the lane all that often on
Exactly.
Battlefield, so it makes sense. We've seen Gul'dan in first pick and last pick, but we haven't seen him in second pick yet. Maybe even though you go Gul'dan, you can still make it surprising by taking...
Maybe we'll see him in the ban phase. Still 100% inclusion.
Yeah.
But we will see. Like my prediction is, once again, it's a Diamond Skin first because it's a Polska map. So we're going to see Abathur banned, and then maybe Gul'dan banned, I believe, but probably ETC.
The thing is, though, this is one of the worst maps for mages. I think it's a little bit better for Gul'dan than for some others, like Chromie. But it's hard to get stacks. There's not that many team fights and skirmishes as on some other maps. And it's hard for Gul'dan to hit Corruption because there's so much open space.
Oh, who saw that coming? The Abathur is removed.
Wait, didn't we just talk about
Skin. And Polska. Do they finally do it? Do we finally see the Gul'dan ban? But if they do ban that, then it's just Tassadar from Diamond Skin or something like that. We've seen Uther prioritized as well. We've seen ETC prioritized.
I think ETC ban is fine. Like, Arthas and Nubarak has been working out really well for Diamond Skin, but Polska just quote-unquote solved it last game with their Vala Tassadar play. So I think they'd be happy to continue going up against Arthas and Nubarak. They played around Cocoon pretty well. I thought maybe they will end up banning Anubarak some point in the series, but they haven't yet, and it worked last game.
Yeah. No, I can see the logic there. So but any tank, Anubarak or ETC, would be pretty reasonable. Not Johanna. She's still good, but potentially not ban-worthy, or at least in a second rotation ban-worthy of anything.
But you can see it's taking all of their time to decide this very important game still on the ropes. Polska with the ban, and it is going to be indeed Anubarak. I expected it earlier on in the series on Cursed Hollow.
There's the ETC first pick coming in here this time. So yeah, like you said, the Anub immediate counter. Now, could this be leading into what we were slightly concerned about in the return of the Genji or something like that?
I hope not. Genji has not been working out. Like, against double warrior, double support, against the heavy amount of stuns that Diamond Skin is drafting the entire series, he has to play perfect. And truthfully, painfully, he hasn't been playing it perfectly. He played a lot better on Samuro than he did on Genji. I wouldn't mind seeing even Samuro again, even though this is not a classical Samuro map.
It's reasonable. He's good at Mercs.
Really good.
He's very quick with Mercs. Suffers with sustain, but that's where that's where his illusions come in. He just makes them tank instead.
Practically unkillable post level 10.
Very true. So
he takes temples without taking any damage. He can send images away as he takes it, so that when
constant boss scout.
Yeah. So many. It's gonna be Genji. They risk it all in their potentially final game here. This is one of the better Genji maps because the temples, they guarantee structural damage so much more than on a map like Dragonshire. So very soon you'll see the peeling away of the layers of the map. And that means that Genji, together with someone else, can get kills easily against anyone that is trying to soak XP. We could even see Genji, Uther, and then also Illidan with the Hunt coming
just
out.
Pure controlling of anyone
lanes,
trying to soak.
saying you're not allowed to split soak.
Oh, is this the return of the Chris Vala, or is he actually going to give this away to someone else?
Probably Chris Vala. That means no cooldown. It is
combo breaker.
Self-broken combo, yeah.
But yeah, looks like we're finally going to see some variation coming in here from Diamond Skin in terms of their damage dealers. Let's see if the Valor is going to be what they could use to close out the series here. Now then, Polska
So,
first ban.
Let's say if they plan to play Illidan, who would they want to ban? Arthas? But it would be a bit of a suspicious ban.
It would be a very suspicious ban. TAS is still available for both teams, so banning TAS right now would potentially lead away from an Illidan, but it would also show it. It would also limit Valor's option. They would still have to go potentially double support.
I think you don't need TAS when you go Illidan with the Hunt, because you just use him as a split soak punisher.
So banning TAS might be solid. Nope, they go ban Sonya.
But look, Sonya is also a ban on Illidan.
It is. She's the melee mage style. She gets through his evasion very effectively.
And Diamond Skin could still run the Haka or Leo as a double soak and do the the fast food strategy of Fnatic, 4-man push and let one hero pick up the slack on the other 2 lanes, because they have a lot of the elements. They can still take either Auriel or Tassadar, and they have a really good 4-man, and then you just let someone soak XP and you just push for the win on bottom lane.
They could. As we see Malthael banned out here. Very consistent ban. We've actually seen from Diamond Skin most of these games, actually. They don't want to play against it. Very much the solid and consistent second ban position for them.
Yeah. Polska, if they pick up... Well, they could do Leo, but I would prefer to see Dahaka. But I'm not sure either is the right choice.
Why not both? It worked so well the last time.
Not quite. I'm really feeling the Illidan here. It doesn't have to be. It could also be like Lunara Auriel now. That would be better at defending a 4-man rush strat by Diamond Skin on bot lane.
Yeah.
Auriel's really good at defending those things because of infinite sustain, Lunara with poison. And you would take Auriel away from Vala.
True.
It could be Auriel, Lunara, and then Illidan play without a tank. Not too crazy on a map like Warhead Junction or Sky Temple.
No, we've seen... Well, the Gul'dan has been stolen here, and we see a Brightwing to go with it. I quite like it, honestly. I think when you're going up against a Valor comp, and they clearly want to... Like we said, we need someone to set up for Genji, and Gul'dan's actually very effective at that.
I'm a bit confused by the picks, because it is not really a mage map. Gul'dan is, by the way, very good at defending this kind of 4-man push. In that sense, it's amazing. But he's immobile. He can get stage dove upon. He can get flanked by Vala.
But he has Brightwing to protect him against that. We've seen some fantastic plays in both all the regions, actually, but Korea and China especially, of Brightwing being used as a counter to stage dive just with instant emerald wins, and ETC gets nothing and potentially killed.
That is true. There's still a tank available pick for Polska. They could do Illidan still, but it's very unlikely now, really clutching at straws here. Diamond Skin, do they go for a duo laner and a second support in Tassadar?
Or someone who can rotate. They go for a second support in the form of Lucio, and they bring out, once again, one of their most consistent picks, the Arthas.
Lucio, a lot of extra mobility. My word, your Gul'dan against Lucio, Arthas.
You are
ETC
engageable.
Yeah.
You are very vulnerable here. Their tank needs to have all the peeling potentials, and that's kind of limited to like Muradin, maybe?
You can move around Muradin. Johanna's pretty ignorable by Lucio. Diablo cannot peel for himself. He doesn't have an escape. No. Muradin has escape. Muradin, Johanna make kind of sense, but...
Like, you mentioned no tank comps. I think it's a little bit less likely now.
It won't be Garrosh.
Healing. Probably not, no.
Stitches doesn't seem likely at all.
Tyrael? Just, if you're going to get engaged, just drop the Sank?
I do like Tyrael. It's a bit weird, but it does give extra boss control. Horrify, M-Wind, Holy Ground, Sanct. And there's no boss control for Diamond Skin except ETC.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Fist bomb. Okay. But it makes a lot of sense because a lot of times on Sky Temple, because of the bottom temple, like the second phase, targeting bottom fort, bottom lane becomes a huge win condition. Taking the boss can get you keep wall, next time it gets you keep, next time you win the game. It's very important to draft for boss control, and as it stands, Polska now has a lot more.
They have so much. Emerald Wind, Horrify, Holy Ground, kind of Sanctification. They have monumental amounts of boss
Divine
control.
Shield.
Divine Shield as well. Like, what's the counterplay here?
There's Face Melt, Cleanse,
Lucio boop.
by Lucio. And that's kind of it, which is not nearly good enough by comparison. So for D-Skin to win this game, they need to win the temples, they need to get early kills, and to win on rotations. They cannot let it get to a boss contest to win the game. Very interesting setup for this game.
I'm a fan of it indeed. The question is the Gul'dan enough damage to set up for the Genji? Is there a potential risk of Genji getting locked down by the Rain of Vengeance, the ETC, even Arthas?
That's the biggest question, because this is worrisome.
They pin their hopes on the hero that has just... they've pulled a Fnatic from mid-season Brawl with Brightwing, where Brightwing was picked in the first couple series against Dignitas, and it was just... bleh. But now they picked it, and it was the hero that won them the series. We're seeing Polska in the same situation. Their tournament life is on the line, and they have decided, yes, we still believe in Genji.
Genji with Brightwing can gank offlaners. In this sense, it's nice. So he's never alone. She can port to him. They can steal camps that way. They can kill stragglers. And they have Tyrael and Brightwing and Gul'dan for boss control. But straight up in a fight, they look very engageable upon. Especially pre-10. Tyrael, for all his kit, his merits, he's not that good pre-10 and not that good pre-16.
Very true. He's immensely mobile, but we will have to see if that works. As, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to head into game number 6. And it is European Crucible. Can Diamond Skin shut out the series? Let's find out. And they're going to be on the left. Sport Billy on that ETC. Wolf Joe on the Wolf playing the Rhaegar. Eternal bringing out the Arthas. It was so effective last series. Nunda on the Lucio. And Chris, he's off of Gul'dan. He's on the Valor.
And on the right side in the red, Razuf on Uther. We've got Polish Guru on Genji. Gugus on Brightwing. Sihu on Tyrael. Gluehammer on Gul'dan. He really plays it all, doesn't he? And it is Polska Pamieta.
And now then, an immediate 5-man, not mid, but 5-man Watchtower rush. And there's an immediate stun on the Tyrael. Shekel. Now, this has been a consistent theme of the entire tournament of huge engagements and kill attempts onto Shekel. Speed boost. He gets out this time. And Polish Guru even able to put some good pressure onto Wolf Joe. But yeah, like I said, this is the entire series so far of Diamond Skin attempting to blow up the tank in the form of Shekel as much as possible. Yeah.
And the cool thing is, 0 quest stacks were granted here for Diamond Skin. Polska Pamieta, 6 on Corruption, 23 on Uther's Silver Touch. So it's a good trade for Polska Pamieta. Tyrael actually such a good pick for so many reasons. Also able to offset Lucio's speed advantage for the whole team. As casting Smite also gives allies that walk over it for Tyrael bonus movement speed.
Which is always very nice.
Helps Gul'dan a lot.
Helps Gul'dan, helps Brightwing, who is going for a teleport build, taking that extra cooldown reduction on the teleport every time Brightwing heals.
If I'm not mistaken, this is a different Genji player. Polus Guru has been on Lunara.
Yes,
has been on Vala.
I think it was.
And Gugus was Genji. And now Gugus is Brightwing, which will allow him to play more safely, which I think is good for him. He did great on Samuro last game, but on Genji he was a bit over-aggressive, didn't know his limits. Now Polish Guru, I feel like he has known his limits very well this series. So this could be a completely different Genji experience than we've seen so far.
Potentially, I would argue the same. EDC double stun, focusing the Brightwing. A good heal by Razuf, but it might not be enough, and it isn't. Gugus gets taken out. Shekel drops his sword, teleports straight into Arthas, but is able to tank for it.
Tempo control here by Diamond Skin. All 5 members are here, and they don't have map vision for now, so all their rotations are spotted. Polska Pamieta knows that ETC is solo top, so they will send someone top while pushing the lane. Genji soaking mid, meantime. Multi-shot misses, a little bit too far away. It's not quite have the same reach as Corruption. Chris getting adjusted to a new hero. Of course, Chris plays Vala more than almost anything else.
Very true. We have a peekaboo, by the way, for Brightwing, who is about to reveal everything. Sees that bush is full of heroes and sees the gank attempt from Eternal. They try to pull back, and it looks like all but Rajouf will be able to survive here. Oh, good dive there by Polish Guru and Shekel. They're actually able to get a counter kill.
Uther completes his quest. That's the second tier of the quest, not just the first. Holy Light will now cost very little mana and have a lot of extra range.
Shekel once again diving in quite deep. Polish Guru also looking for a kill onto Wolf Joe. Not able to finish it off yet though. Gluehammer pulling back as well. Shekel's been doing a really good job holding this. Tyrell's actually not the most self-sustaining hero. He's got super good protection due to the amount of shields he gets, but he doesn't actually heal a huge amount. So as such, took a lot of damage there and is forced to port.
He didn't grab that level 4 Vampiric Strike. Auto attack lifesteals. All Diablo players like lifesteal. And Tyrael is a Diablo hero, but this isn't Diablo, this is Heroes of the Storm. And lifesteal, while it's great in quick match and no support games, Tyrael, of course, is going to be picking Heraldric Reforging. 5-second cooldown reduction on Eldruin's Might, the sword that allows you to teleport, slow, and damage. And that will pair up really nicely with the level 16 Holy Ground.
Yes, it will now allow them to basically have a lot of zoning potential, and of course that boss control. Genji continuing to be immensely annoying right now, not going for those finishing blows, he's just continuing to just poke with shurikens, not going for the shuriken talents, just going for a pure E-based build.
Bruiser cap already very fast by Polska Pamieta, who thanks to their siege damage on top fort, used the temple to entirely take it down. Now the Bruiser Camp is pushing, and that's going to be a cool point to look at. Genji, anytime he wants to, he can gank someone in the top lane, like ETC, once they are exposed a little bit too far away, and Genji's damage starts really ramping up here. But for now, it's going to be bottom temple announced in any second now. And a nice siege camp push by Polska Pamieta to, and you know, hopefully the big target is taking down the healing fountain.
We're also seeing, by the way, Reciprocate coming in from Shekel here. He's actually diving very deep, so that extra damage could be immensely effective. It also does open up the tiny possibility for a Judgment, but I don't think they have enough burst follow-up to really make use of that unless they want to go for X-Strike, which would be very funny.
Judgment X-Strike.
But we do usually see Reciprocate make its way in every now and again. Other options are sometimes Angel's Grace for extra mobility, or the Zealotry for the extra duration on the shield.
Yeah, I think in China they changed it up a lot more. I see a lot of that Angel's Grace, and they make really good use of it. Generally,
a bit of follow-through as well, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
In China?
In China.
Right. In Europe, generally Reciprocate, wave clear, damage.
Shekel able to force Wolf Joe away there. Gluehammer clearing the minion wave as quick as he can, so that his team can keep vision using those minions, and they can keep a good position for themselves.
In the meantime, Eternal on Arthas is pushing in fairly hard at the top fort. He took down the healing fountain, but that wave is dissipated. And as the non-global, you always need to leave first, lest you leave your team unattended. And Brightwing could port over, make it a 5v4.
Yep, Mighty Brightwing with her new face shield. It was buffed on the patch we are playing, where when she teleports, she shields not only her ally, but herself, making it much safer for her to teleport in and to give her teams that lovely assistance, which is even better when you combine it with the potential backlining Emerald Wind, which we are seeing here. Emerald Wind, Dragon Blade, Divine Shield, Horrify, and Tyrael is just tormenting me. There we go. Sanctification. And on the other side, the Sound Barrier, Army of the Dead, Stage Dive still coming in once again, Raid of Vengeance, and of course, Ancestral Healing.
Echoed Corruption at 32 stacks. All of the other quests for Diamond Skin, there's like 5 of them, are all about 1/4 or 1/5 of the way through. So not too good at this point for them. And that's because there aren't a lot of fights. Sky Temple, as you can see, it's a very rotational, map clear, map pressure heavy map.
Billy is able to take the camp, who did actually want to steal it by the looks of it. Brightwing teleports in, still being forced to move at least a little away. Gluehammer will clear up the camp. Stage dive actually being used. Big commitment here coming in. The Dragon Blade is dropped. Beautiful Emerald Wind there and the Sanctification. And now it's a big amount of pressure onto Eternal. There's the Horrify isolated and killed off. Beautiful counterplay there by Polska Pamieta.
Yeah, this is much better Genji play that I'm seeing so far. Good Dragon Blade usage, keeps its health high, dodges most of the attacks, and Divine Shield was still available. Keeping that as a tool to save whomever, not just brain dead casting it on Genji just because he turned on Dragon Blade, is really cool.
4v5 here, this could potentially backfire. Boob and Face Melt are available, whereas nothing else is. They're in the boss stun! Boss steal by Diamond Skin!
Oh,
wanted to try, Ancestral's dropped, it's a full retreat. Gluehammer's in so much trouble. Rain of Vengeance, power slide, down he goes.
A blunder, a disaster by Polska Pamieta. They had Divine Shield available, but in a big twist of fate, they got double stunned by the boss.
They were so busy paying attention to their enemies, they didn't pay attention to the biggest one of all, the boss.
And of course, ETC power sliding in there at just the right time. Face Melt. But there was no cleanse used because Uther got stunned. If anything, that was just kind of on the support here. Divine Shield available, cleanse available, and you get stunned by the boss. It's terrible, it's a big loss, but very well done for Diamond Skin here. Now they have the double temple, shots here. They have complete control of the map. They're pushing mid. Everything suddenly turned upon that. And that boss call, it was risky. 5 versus 4, equal talents. You have only one of your 4 heroics available. All those great boss control tools we talked about, not up yet.
Yeah, they weren't able to. They used them all for that counter turnaround, killing off the early Arthurs. Did not work. We see Lucio, by the way, we're back in the mix, coming in, getting that little bit of extra healing in case he gets hit by some of that crowd control here, which, I guess that's just, who is that included? Is it include silences?
Back in the mix, I do believe, is just about almost anything. Yeah, stun, silence, and time stop.
Okay,
so Horrify, polymorph.
Yeah, plenty of options.
And Hammer of Justice, yeah.
Right.
Almost pretty much everything except slows.
And nothing that's super explodey either, so that's pretty reasonable. Going to get some probably decent value out of that.
Yeah, 450 heal is not too shabby at all.
Exactly. So, we do see Chris. How's he doing for stacks? He is on 55 currently, so he's getting some decent damage output already, just over halfway done.
Gul'dan at 36 for Echo Corruption.
Ooh, not bad at all. Silver Touch was finished by Uther, so we do not have to worry about that one. Arthur's, on the other hand, not doing so well with his stacks, actually. 8 on his level 1 and 73 on his level 4. And ETC, 19 stacks on Prog Rock, and that's the saddest number when you're looking at the Prog Rock stack.
Doesn't do anything yet, but once he gets it, group heals. Now, look at the degree to which Polska is not that far behind. It just makes that boss throw even more painful. They were in a really good spot. But they still have equal talents. They'd love to have a fight 14-15. If they wait until level 16 is reached, that means Diamond Skin will win the next temple. Boss will not be available, so it will be a very binary situation where Diamond Skin can just go for that single temple easy peasy. So this is a good contest by Polska Pamieta. They want to force a fight.
They steal it, nice and easy.
And they gotta keep going. They have to use the distraction of the siege camp to push the fort. But very smartly, Diamond Skin, since ETC top, pushes with the Bruiser and are hurting the keep already.
Yeah, how are they react? They're not even porting to react to that. They are actually running. Brightwing's the only one who beat back. But that's the fairest choice to actually be able to do that. So, pretty good move there by Polska. Shecho able to keep himself out of danger. Genji's just hiding in a bush down in bot lane, just waiting it out.
So he's waiting for... Oh, okay, he Heartstoned.
Ah.
So Polska, once again, in a situation where they probably have to fight a talent down.
Yeah.
Because you can't just give both temples. You could go for the temple that Diamond Skin isn't going for, but Diamond will react by abandoning the temple and sending all 5 to the other one. See? There we go. They have the vision. They will not give either one. They allow Polska to make the first move. They will respond in force.
Yep, with level 16 to now just level 15 by Polska. Polska have taken fights worse than this, to be fair, but they would definitely prefer not to if they had the option.
Once again, abandoning top temple. Diamond Skin will not give an inch here. but still a few laser charges, and we've got Polska creeping closer and closer to 16.
Yep, Brightwing.
Brightwing will off-soak,
bots, yeah.
and they take the siege camp, and will then contest mid again. ETC will be top, but he has stage dive, so the perfect setup for Diamond Skin.
It's a very nice setup for Diamond Skin. They're in decent control. Top is now being very heavily pressured, and once again is the Bruiser camp lane. Bruisers in top lane, Boss and Siege Giants in bot lane, and mid is, well, kind of nothing. It's not the best lane to push through.
Now the top keep is going to be lost, and this is tough because you're up against ETC with stage dive, and that means that top lane will always be pressured. The top keep is down, and this is the price they paid, an extended price for that boss fail earlier on. But now finally 16 reached. Polska lost everything on the map. They still have 2 keeps though, 1.5, and they will just throw it all on a boss now.
Yeah,
they've got their boss control tools. They may even just force 5v5.
A reminder that Polska, this is their last chance. Brightwing, oh, she's
wow,
she's
that
fine.
really hurts.
Yeah, ow. But yeah, this is Polska's last chance. If they lose here, then Diamond Skin keep their HGC spot. If they win, they still have to win one more after this. But every match matters at this point. Gul'dan, he has finished Echoed Corruption. That is going to be a big deal when it comes to this kind of fight. Boss is getting consistently aggroed, but not attacked yet. Both teams are just so patient.
But what's Polska waiting for? Are they happy to go into the next temple phase without the boss ever having been taken? Maybe. Now pushing mid forward. That's a good start. That mid forward is a very strong fallback point for a kind of chaotic boss fight that goes out of control, where Diamond Skin tries to pull away to it. So they take it down now. And I think now's the time to go for it. The Diamond Skin went for the Bruiser camp, but Polska keeps showing mid.
They're going to take the Siege Giants first.
Maybe a trap?
Maybe.
Take the siege
But
camp.
they've been trying to trap this entire time, and it's just been scouted every time.
But they could have taken the camp. Don't cap it yet. Wait. Make it look like capable, then take the camp as soon as someone comes, and then you have the siege camp helping you.
Potentially. They haven't gone for it, though. Instead, that Siege Giant camp will get cleared up very quickly. That's not an issue for them at all. They're going for the boss. It's the attempt. Brightwing is clearing out the catapults.
They were waiting for the temple announcement.
Yeah, Eternal. Who's going to scout this? They're so low
late
on damage. They're so low on like burst damage to kill this.
Oh, maybe
they're
Diamond
probably
Skin
going to get it, actually.
Maybe Diamond Skin will just let it go on purpose.
Eternal will see it. He's too late, though. It's no use. Holy Ground's dropped. Boss is taken. Nicely done. Brightwing and ETC are still fighting in top lane over the core. There's a Bruiser camp up there as well, but Brightwing is doing exactly what she needs to. She's just holding. She doesn't need to push. She doesn't need to overextend. She just needs to make sure her core doesn't die and then teleport to her team.
So do you think Diamond let this go on purpose, knowing it's being taken, but simply recognizing the lack of control, the advantage, the degree to which they're ahead on the map?
Not sure. It would be sensible. I mean, they were already still soaking XP in top lane, so they were still getting value out of this.
Polska's taking a big risk here. They decided to push in. They don't take the temple because the temple will shoot at the same thing the boss is shooting at.
They still have all their tools.
So they first want to maximize boss damage, then go back, take the temple, get the keep from it. But now would be the time to run.
Tornado. The hurdle is being kind of wrecked here. And down goes the keep. Beautiful. Take that, leave. That's actually really good.
Yeah, now the temple is worth more. It will actually touch a keep that is much harder to touch normally.
Speaking of keeps that hard to touch, ETC is just continuing to win the game.
Win!
No. I will clear this, but no. ETC now pressuring two lanes. Both 2 keeps down on the side of Polska, whereas Diamond Skin have 1 keep down. And Tiro is actually going to be forced to leave this bottom temple as ETC comes in for to attempt to raid. He dropped stage dive for that, though.
Wow, that's more than half a temple. So I feel Polska left keep a little bit too late. It was too greedy.
Yeah.
They could have left when boss was 35%.
That's dead.
Right after it killed Fountain. And before it marched on keep, they could have had the entire temple. Really, I think, bad call here. ETC, like, imagine if they left the boss earlier. They sent Genji to harass ETC so he doesn't get mid-keep, and then you send someone to take bottom temple, then I think you'll be in a better spot than this.
This is a rough spot.
Very
rough spot. They've lost all 3 keeps. Catapults are beginning to come on the way. Bot lane's a little bit more safe just due to the fact that they got to keep themselves. So it's catapults versus catapults. Brightwing's been doing a fantastic job clearing, but she's not Q build Brightwing. She is teleport build Brightwing, which is, I guess, actually potentially better, just due to being able to rejoin the fight and actually get value out of joining the fight. but she needs to stay on top of this base protection.
Now the next temple will probably be double temple, and that's completely impossible to deal with as the Zero Keep team with catapult pressure. This is what Diamond Skin is waiting for. And Polska, they need level 20, but they also need to be in 3 places at the same time. Their chances are really rapidly evaporating here.
They need to win a team fight, basically. They need to.
But Diamond Skin should not give it to them.
Yeah, they like when temples come up, like you said, they're kind of boned. So Polska needs to just pick somewhere and some opportunity and try and force a fight there. But look at this. Diamond Skin moving all the way back to their side of the map, almost towards their base here, moving to the watchtower where they actually have vision. So they're completely safe in how they're playing.
As long as they have vision control, they can take advantageous fights.
Yep. ETC just even ETC isn't pushing right now. He is just hiding in a bush up in top lane.
Cool plays include trying to go for Brightwing, but they simply do not have to take this risk. Brightwing is always in a similar place by herself, but again, no risk required. And we haven't seen a single Dragon Blade Divine Shield Rampage yet. The dragon becomes me, eager to be used.
Yeah, they want it. They want a team fight. This is what this comp is.
But look at this. ETC is going to shoot lasers on the core. There's a bruiser camp pushing. The map manipulation by Diamond Skin is perfect.
Rough. They have to just kill people and go. That's their option. They have to kill people, maybe to even take both temples or go. But like you said, ETC is just taking shots straight for core.
I think you have to send Genji Brightwing top and keep 3 mid.
There.
You got to keep 3 mid.
Take the 4v5. They're going to send Uther, maybe? Uther
Brightwing?
Well, who's going to heal? Checo has to drop Sank just to survive here. But here comes Rashuf. He's back. Genji's still here. Shots, though, they're through the shield. There's a bruiser camp as well. Brightwing's definitely trying to do it. She may have to try to drop Emerald Wind to try and keep it going here. No, she's teleporting in. They have to commit.
Yeah, the core is falling.
Stage
ETC stage dive!
They're going to try and take the fight here as they need to win this. The fact that ETC's come down here is potentially the best scenario for them. Emerald's Wind keeping everyone away. The core is taking damage. Eternal is dropping so slowly though. The health bars are too low and Polska begin to fall like dominoes. Rejuve, the last surviving member, will fall. And the shots and the bruiser camp will move on to core, and that is GG! Diamond Skin will hold their HGC Pro Division position.
4-2 in score. Diamond Skin expertly manipulated the map and took the perfect fight. They put themselves in an unlosable position. They have managed to maintain their Pro Division seed. Big congratulations to Diamond Skin here.
Absolutely. Huge congratulations to Diamond Skin. Really nicely played. Some moments of brilliance throughout all of the series. Commiserations to Polska Pamieta. You played so well, and there's still 2018. You proved you could do it once. You just need to attempt again. But, once again, Diamond Skin, a lot of people were surprised to even see them in the Crucible, and at this point they were able to hold it together and still dropping 2 maps though, and that's going to be a wake-up call of we were so close to being knocked out. I cannot wait to see them in 2018.
Yeah, but really well done to them. Nice drafting and nice play here. They were the better team today. They were able to rebuff the challenge of Polska Pamieta. Very cool.
Very cool indeed. So, our first team does not succeed. We still have more. We still have another series coming up tomorrow, where we'll be seeing our second team attempt in the form of Leftovers, who will be playing against Team Good Guys. And of course, we're going to have an interview with a player in a bit, guys. But after that, you should absolutely stick around, and you should watch the HGC America Crucible plays. For now, though, let's say congratulations to Wolf Joe. Oh, okay, we're waiting for Wolf Joe is what I was told. Not ready for Wolf Joe, my mistake. So, yes, absolutely. But we have the American Crucible coming up right after this. Which series are we starting with again? It's Lag Force first?
Yeah, it's not the Heroes Hearth team coming up.
It's Important Support versus Lag Force. Yeah. All right, but yeah, huge congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, to Wolf Joe, who has joined us on, for a call there. Huge congratulations, dude. How are you feeling?
Super good, but we were super shaky. Like, everybody was nervous. It's just the Crucible pressure. Playing the games didn't feel good at some points, but we did it, so yeah.
Well, really nicely done there, dude. And You were in a situation at one point with the Cho'Gall comp, for example, where you seem to have been potentially caught out in the draft at some points. How does that feel when your HGC life's on the line? You just get that weird kind of stuff come in.
It feels weird. Like, 2 losers were mostly 2 cheese, like the Samuro and the Cho'Gall, but we should have just picked the Greymane last on top of Spider Queen, and then it's like we were thinking about Maltael or Lyric, but we tunnel vision on that much, I think.
Yeah, we were thinking like you'll either do a Nubarak or you do Greymane, but like a Nubarak would have given you like very little wave clear. Either way, they hit the Cho'Gall pretty well, didn't they? With not banning anything obvious.
Yeah, like we should have known it because they were doing it in open division as well, but we kind of maybe underestimated it in that regard.
Abathur bans, a big key element here of your entire series. Talk about it.
We didn't train against it, so it's obvious ban, and we don't feel that comfortable playing against it. Maybe we will fix it throughout the winter season and stuff, but we didn't want to see this luck, so we got rid of it.
So you guys are actually the first European team ever in the Crucible to actually defend their slots, who actually were able to win the game. How does it feel to come down from that position where you should be the higher team and to live up to the expectations?
I think you go in with more confidence, I would say, but we didn't scrim both open division teams earlier, like before it was decided, so... But we felt pretty strong, and but in this situation you don't want to be in. Like Mobster was right when he said it on Twitter, so we try to not do it next season.
Wolfjo, talk to us about your 2 boss fights on Sky Temple. A very important map because it would be the equalizer, and you're against a team that has far better boss control tools in their kit. You were 4 versus 5. Arthas was still dead, and you're looking at contesting the boss. Now, you knew that not all heroics are available by Polska Pamieta, but still, did you expect that you could actually take the boss, and how did you feel when it happened?
I think we didn't expect it to take it with a single ETCW. We thought they would contest it more, because Arthas was, as you said, just respawned, like he was still walking to us. But they had stuff down as well, I think. And the second boss was like Tyrell Holy Ground, so an insane zoning tool. So we don't want to give it up. And Billy was like, we were a little bit panicking in TeamSpeak, and Billy was like, no, it's fine. We have enough deep push. Like, even if we lose the keep, we are so far ahead in buildings. Like, stay calm. He was the guy calming us down. And so we just let him take it, and we're like, yeah, we just defended and whatever.
So when you guys still had mid fort and you went for Bruiser Camp and you kind of gave space to the boss, it wasn't for a lack of scouting or thinking, oh, they probably won't do it. You really you had the call after some moments of panic, and you said, just give it to them.
Yeah, just give it to them. We have like Vala with the Cubit. It's an insanely easy deep push, and even, as I said, even if we lose the keep, which we did, we are ahead in buildings, so we can just play the temples, and they need to make a move. Anything else if we don't die on it.
It was a very good call, because after you took the first boss with the single ETCW, you guys never lost control of the map, and you didn't take any unnecessary fights. It was really cool to see how you guys roamed around the map, just controlling it. Very well done.
Thank you.
Very well done indeed. Huge congratulations to you, Wolfjo, and the rest of Diamond Skin. And now that you are once again reconfirmed for HGC Europe 2018, do you have any shout-outs?
I mean, shout out, of course, to all our fans and everybody who supported us. I hope we will find a new sponsor for the next season, and we will see what happens.
All right, well, thank you for talking to us, Wolfjo. Once again, huge congratulations to Diamond Skin for becoming our first team to succeed in the Crucible, and they have defended their HGC Europe position. However, if you are enjoying the games today, we are not done. You should be sticking around, because Solid Jake and Jhow are going to be bringing you the first game of the North America Crucible that we will have coming up next. That's what we're going to be seeing very soon. From me and Grubby, however, it is goodbye for today. We will see you tomorrow.
Ancestral, the cocoon target. Now Dragonblade being used to get away.